The RoadCraft demo has finally been released on Steam. We will be doing a deep dive into each of the 3 missions, beginning with the first mission, which is Fix the Grid. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Hello and welcome to the TruScore gaming channel. Today, we will be reviewing one of the first missions available in the RoadCraft demo. As you start the demo, you're greeted by a menu screen. The layout, the music all have the familiar snowrunner vibe. Welcome, home runners. It's time to put your skills to the test. Upon starting the demo, you have 3 missions to select, ranging from easy, challenging, and hard. The easy mission, which we will be exploring today, will have us restoring power in the wake of a hurricane. We will need to venture into this rugged terrain, deliver essential equipment, and restore radio communication. As you start the campaign, you are gifted the Armiger Thunder IV scout vehicle. You will need to use your scout vehicle to explore and find the other vehicles and equipment spread throughout the map. Our very first objective is to get the tree harvester at the sawmill. The tree harvester is about 530 meters from our current location. One of the very first things you'll notice is the changing weather. The wipers automatically turn on when it rains. The handling is much better compared to SnowRunner, and the scout vehicle feels heavier and well-balanced. The steering is more responsive. The environment is beautiful, from the enhanced water graphics to the tree branches cracking under the weight of your tires. As water begins to flood your engine, you have more time to react, and the damage is not automatic as before. The sounds are enhanced, and you feel like you're actually sloshing through the mud on the way to your destination. Going into this, I was a little disappointed that there would be no need to refuel, but after playing the first mission, it was clear they wanted to shift our focus to bigger and better things. So don't be afraid to explore the entire map, take some risks, and should you get stuck or tip over, you'll find the old familiar recovery option. Other things you'll notice right away is how close you can come up to buildings and obstructions without clipping. As we arrive to complete our first objective, I am genuinely excited to try out another vehicle. The MTK MD-76 tree harvester. Now we're talking. And so are our contacts.
Great work. Now all we need to do is fix up the plant's power supply. You'll want to use the harvester to cut down the trees around the transformer station. Besides, we need the logs, and killing 2 birds with 1 stone is the environmentally responsible thing to do, figuratively speaking.
As we arrive to the job site, we can now switch to the newly available harvester along with 2 other nearby vehicles, which we will get to later. Our next objective is to clear the area of trees. MTK is a Soviet vehicle manufacturer based on a real-life Kovrovets, CHTZ, and KHTZ brands featured in RoadCraft. The tree harvester controls are easy to navigate, and you can really feel the power as you cut down and process the surrounding trees into logs. Overall, the task is enjoyable and very well designed. Before you know it, the area is clear, and it's time to move on to the next objective. Before we move on, let's hop into the MTK 100M Stump Mulcher. This is a heavy piece of machinery typically used in forestry. A forestry stump grinder is a specialized piece of machinery used in forestry operations. It's used to remove tree stumps from the ground by grinding them into small wood chips, essentially shredding the stump using a rotating disc with sharp teeth, allowing for efficient land clearing and preparation for new planting. It's commonly attached to a tractor or other heavy equipment, and is often used in areas where trees have been harvested. By now, you really start to get a sense of how much you will play a role in changing the surrounding environment. Next up is the MTK Proseka 200 log forwarder. A log forwarder is a heavy machine used in logging to transport large logs from the forest to a processing area. Forwarders are also known as forestry forwarders. We will need to use it to gather up all the newly processed logs and bring these resources to the objective destination. To be honest, I really struggled with the crane controls at first. It reminded me of when logging first arrived in SnowRunner, and we all struggled with loading logs onto trailers. But as I got more familiar with rotating the grabber and hitting the correct vertical boom controls, the easier it got, and the more I realized just how much more precision control you have. As you load logs onto the trailer, you can strap them individually. Loading another log on top of the existing cargo automatically unstraps it, which is an improvement over having to pack and unpack cargo. So how does it handle? The answer is about as well as you'd expect. Rough terrain is no problem for this behemoth of a truck. Pay attention to how it destroys anything in its path, which is a lot more realistic than getting hung up on those pesky strategically placed trees in SnowRunner. The tracks you make with heavier vehicles are more prominent than those made by lighter vehicles. Best of all, the tracks don't disappear, so you can follow them later in the game as you literally carve your path onto the map. Arriving to the destination, we can drop the logs off and prepare for our next objective.
I suppose it's about time we got that power supply going. Installing the power cable should be pretty straightforward now that you've cleared out the trees. But there's one catch. Since it's concrete we're talking here, we can't have the mixer stop once the process has started. This means that we need not only a new power cable, but a backup power source too, in case something goes haywire. Luckily, there's one at the transformer station. So, you can fetch it when you're done installing the power cable, or the other way around. Create your own destiny.
Next up, we will use the Voron 3327 cargo truck to get to an area on the map that has some special heavy equipment that we need to use to restore electricity to, the concrete production facility. Voron is a fictional Russian vehicle manufacturer based on the real-life Ural brand featured in SnowRunner that appeared unnamed in Spin Tires and MudRunner. It handles well except in this scenario, which handles like an overloaded cargo truck. The power and torque are there, but you can feel the heavy load, which makes the trip a lot more interesting. We have arrived, and the equipment we are parking next to is the Vostok TK53 Krot, which is a sort of a cable-laying plow truck. A cable-laying plow truck is a specialized vehicle equipped with a cable plow, which is a machine used to bury underground cables beneath the ground surface without the need to dig a trench, essentially plowing the cable into the soil. The truck provides the power and mobility to pull the plow through the ground, allowing for efficient cable installation in various terrains. The game mechanic is well thought out and designed. When the cable layer is activated, you will see a blue charge running through it. Should you break the connection with the power source, you will be able to see exactly where it isn't connected. This makes it easy to operate the machine and gain an understanding of how the process works. For this objective, we need to reach our destination while connecting power between the 2 points. Arriving at the concrete production plant brings us to our final objective. The final objective is delivering the cargo loaded onto our Voron cargo truck and restoring concrete production to the facility. Having played SnowRunner for over 4 years now, I still can't get enough of the little details like going under this overhead structure without any issue. Overall, I was very surprised by all the new features that are part of this game. We have just begun to scratch the surface with the little bit that is packed into this demo. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more of this type of content, please do me a favor and click the like button and leave a comment below. I'll be back soon with more RoadCraft content. Thanks for watching.